What's going on YouTube? How you guys doing? It's your boy Phil3000 here, back at it today. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about how to achieve the aesthetic look. A lot of people, and this honestly makes me happy because I feel like I have a long way to go. A lot of people always ask me, how do I achieve your physique? How do I achieve the aesthetic look? And when I hear the word aesthetic, honestly, what I think in my mind, I think Arnold. I think classic competition. I think the classic physique. That to me is aesthetic. The small waist, V back, broad shoulders, nice chest, nice legs, honestly, you know? I get accused of skipping legs all the time, but no, I do train legs a lot now. I just did skip them for the longest time, and so now they're catching up. But how to achieve the aesthetic look? It's not too complicated. I don't believe this answer is too complicated. I just think a lot of people don't want the truth. The truth is, you can't sit there working on proper form and doing lightweight and doing high reps. A lot of people will tell you that BS, and it's just not true, man. It is just not true. If you want to be aesthetic, you have to achieve a certain level of strength. And then, and only then, that's when you really need to dial down on increasing your reps, making sure you're slow and controlled. Not saying slow and controlled is bad. You should always try to practice good form. Everything should be done with good form. Um, However, you have to get to a certain level of strength. If you don't bench 225, if you don't squat 315, if you don't curl a certain amount, if you don't tricep push down a certain amount, you won't have the proper muscle size to look aesthetic. You're just gonna look skinny. And this is coming from a guy who is pretty skinny. You know what I'm saying? And now, that strength aspect factors into your diet. If you want to increase your strength, you have to eat more. You have to be taking in the proper amount of carbs. You have to be taking in the proper amount of protein. If you don't take in the proper amount of protein, then you won't be able to build the muscle required. If you don't take in the proper amount of carbs, you won't have the energy required. You won't have the layer of fat you need. Don't get it twisted, guys. Being too lean can be bad, because being too lean can make you look deflated. If your muscle is if your muscle is well developed, then a layer of fat will actually make it look bigger. It will make you look bigger. It's like a balloon, as I said. You don't want to look deflated, you want to look inflated. However, you don't want to go crazy with it. You don't want too much fat, because if you have too much fat, then you won't look defined. You won't have the aesthetic look that people want. You won't have the V back because you'll have so much fat around your belly button that you won't have the V. You won't have the Dorito, as I like to call it. That right there is all you need to achieve the aesthetic look. And then on top of that, train legs, because legs are aesthetic, man. Legs are aesthetic. Trust me. Take it from a guy with small legs. The number one thing I'm trying to bring up right now is my legs. And that's because if you have a big upper body and a small lower body, something will look off. It won't look proportioned. And if it doesn't look proportioned, everything's gonna look off. Does that make sense, guys? Hope that does make sense, because I hear a lot of people, man, telling you don't need to lift that much. You don't need to this and you don't need to that. Like, yeah, maybe you don't need to lift that much if you can, like, maybe you don't need to get to 315 on bench. Maybe you don't need to get to 400 on bench. Maybe you don't need 500 on deadlift or 500 on squat. Like some crazy numbers. But if you can't do 185 for 10 reps on bench, how do you expect to have a big chest, you know? And this is not me being harsh. A lot of these numbers I cannot do yet. This is me being realistic with you and me. If I'm being realistic, you have to get stronger. You have to eat more. And if you're already, let's just say you have too much body fat, you're overweight, then you need to cut down on carbs, increase your protein, focus on losing that body fat, focus on seeing the muscle. You want to be able to see the muscle, but you don't want you don't want to be able to see the muscle too much to where you have no fat at all and you're deflated. That's it, man. It's me. I'm just saying the same things at this point. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this helps. It's been your boy Phil 3000. Leave questions down below that you want me answered. I'm gonna start doing videos like this where I just talk to you guys podcast style and answer you guys' question. It's been your boy. Peace out.